fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace, for happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks, how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires, like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenues.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly steep themselves in dreams. And then the moon, like a silver bow, newly bent in heaven, will behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment, awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth, turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelling.
Is all our company here?
You're best to generally call it by the script, man by man. According, you've got a script there.
Well, here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all of Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, Mistress Quince, say what the play treats on, and then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Marry, our play is the most lamentable comedy and the most cruel death of Pyramus in Thisbe.
Oh, very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, Mistress Quince, call both your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready? Name what part I'm for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are down for Pyramus.
Why is Pyramus? A
Pyramus.
lover or a tyrant?
Is a lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
Oh, that will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest, yet my chief humour is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far, and make it mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now, name the rest of the players. This is Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows man.
Here, Mrs. Prince. Here, Mistress Prince.
Flute,
Yes.
you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Oh, nay, Faith, let me not play a woman. I've got a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Oh, let me play Thisbe too. I can speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe. Pyramus, lover dear, thy Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No. You must play Thisbe, and Flute you must play Pyramus, and Flute you must play Thisbe.
Oh, well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Mistress Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's father. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Mistress Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's mother. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part. And I hope here is the play fitted.
Have thee the lion's part written? Pray, if it be, well, give it to me, because, well, I'm slow of learning.
That's true.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Oh, let me play the lion too. I will roar, that I will do any man's good, or to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Oh, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies, that they would shriek, and that would be enough to hang us all.
Well, that would hang us, every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, yet that you should fright the ladies out there, which they should have no more discretion than but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you, and 'twere any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man as no one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play in?
Oh, why, what you will.
No, I will discharge you in either your straw-coloured beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrain beard, or your French crown-coloured beard, or your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts. And I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to come them by tomorrow night, and meet me at the palace wood, a mile from the town, by moonlight. And there we will rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse, most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect, adieu!
At the Duke's Oak, we meet.
Oh, enough! Hold, or cut bowstrings.
Spirit, whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush and through briar, over park, over pale, through flood and through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to dew her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, in their golden coats spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favours, in those freckles live their savours. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou log of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed, for when the queen comes in within his sight, for Oberon is parting fell and wrath, because that she, in her attendant, hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have this child, king of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight's green, but they do swear that all their slaves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish knight, called Robin Goodfellow, are you not he? That frights the maidens of the villagery, are you not he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg the little changeling boy to have a henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the boy from me. His mother was a votaress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air, full often hath she gossiped by my side and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance still after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, then I will go with thee.
Fairies, skip hence. If we longer stay, I shall chide down right.
Well, go thy own way, but thou shalt not from this grove until I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Rememberest thee the time that I saw, but thou couldst not, flying from the cold moon to the earth, Cupid, all armed, took a certain aim at a fair vestal, throned by the west. Yet I did mark the spot where Cupid's bow fell. It fell upon a little western flower, then milky white, now purple with love's wound. And maidens call it fair in idleness. Fetch me this flower, the herb I shewed thee once. The juice of it, on sleepy eyelids laid, will make man or woman madly dote upon the first live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thee here again, ere the Leviathan swims a league.
I put a girdle round the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she sleeps, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it a lion, or bear, or wolf, or bull, middling monkey, or a busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it, with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. Ah, welcome, wanderer! Hast thou the flower there?
Aye, there it is.
Give it thee. Ah, I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enamelled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. The juice of this I will sprinkle on her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Are we all met?
Pat, Pat, and here's a marvellous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, and this hawthorn brake our tiring house. And we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Mistress Quinns?
What sayest thou, Bullybottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Hey, by a larkin, all is fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done. Oh,
No, not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus at all, but Bottom the Weaver. That will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No. Make it 2 more. Make it 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, oh, God save us, God shield us. The lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing. But there is not a more fearful wild fowl in the world than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Then another prologue must say that he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck. And he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish, no, I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, indeed, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are, and there indeed let him name his name, and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Oh, well, it shall be so. But there is 2 hard things. That is to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar! Oh, look in the almanac. Find out moonshine.
Oh, it doth shine that night.
Why, then we may leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lanthorn, and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Oh, some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him to signify wall, and let him hold his fingers thus, to signify the wall, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play towards? I'll be an auditor, or perhaps an actor too, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus, this be, stand forth.
This be the flowers of odious savour sweet.
Odours, odours.
Oh, odour, saviour sweet. Oh, so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger, Pyrrhus, e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry must you, for you must understand. He goes but to see a noise that he heard, and he's to come again.
Almost radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of colour like the red rose on triumphant briar, most frisky, juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse, yet that would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninna's tomb, man. Oh, why you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your parts at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter, your cue is past, it is never tire.
Oh, as true as horse, that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe.
Monstrous, so strange! Oh, we are haunted! Pray, masters,
I'll follow you. I'll lead you round through bog, through byre, through rubbish. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, and neigh, bark, and roar. Like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is the knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, bottom, thou art changed. What do I see upon thee?
Oh, what do you see? You see an asset of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear I am not afraid. The ousel cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamoured of thy note, as is mine eye enthralled to thy shape.
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain-song cuckoo grey, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo, who never so?
Oh, what angel wakes me from my flowery bed? Gentle mortal, and please sing again.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbours will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Oh, not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth wait upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing whilst thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so, that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom.
Eddie. Kyle.
Cobweb.
And I.
Moth.
And I.
Mustard seed.
And I.
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honeybags steal from the honeybees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them from the fiery glowworm's eyes, to light my love to bed, and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Knock to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail,
Hail.
hail.
I cry your worship's mercy, heartily. I beseech your worship's name. Oh, 'tis Cobweb. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peasbody.
I pray you commend to Mr. Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father, good Master Peaseblossom. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. And your, where's the other one?
Mustard seed.
Mustard seed. Oh, mustard seed. Good Master Mustard seed. I know your patience well, that same cowardly giant like oxbeak that devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you your kindred had made my eyes water there now. I desire your more acquaintance, good Master Mustard seed.
Fairies, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue and lead him silently.
Wait, what it was that first came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Ah, here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress, with a monster, is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyrrhus presented, in their sport forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him to this advantage take, An ass's knoll I fixed upon his head, and on his Thisbe must be answered. And forth my mimic comes, when they him spy, so with his sight away his fellows fly. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyrrhus translated there. When in that moment so it came to pass, Titania went and fell in love with an ass.
Oh, this far better than I could have devised. Yes!
Sit with me upon its flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where is Peas Blossom? Scratch my head, Peas Blossom.
Oh, Willie.
Where's Monsieur Cobweb? Oh, and where's Monsieur Mustard Seed? Oh, my will is nothing good, Monsieur, but to help Cavalieri Cobweb to scratch. Oh, I must to the barber's, Monsieur, for methinks I'm marvellous airy about the face. Well, I am such a tender ass. If my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
Say, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Oh, I have a reasonable good ear in music. Oh, let's have the tongues and bones.
Or say, what thou desirest to eat.
Oh, truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of ale. Good ale, sweet ale, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
Oh, I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep, my love, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, away, and be always away. So the woodbine, whose sweet honeysuckle doth gently entwist, the female ivy, so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now, I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favours from this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which strength she gave me, and her fairies sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, please remove this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. see as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and splendid power. Now, my Titania, wake thee, my sweet queen.
Oh, my Oberon. Oh, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamoured of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh, how came these things to pass? Oh, how my eyes do loathe his visage now.
Now then, thou awake, with thine own eyes peep.
Sound music! Come, my queen, take hands with me. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance at Duke Fix's house triumphantly, and blessed be all fair prosperity.
Fairy king, arise and lark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after the night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he come not, then the play's marred, you know. It does not go forward, surely, does it?
It's not possible. You've not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus like he.
No, he has simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too. And he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. The paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke does come from the temple. And 2 or 3 lords and ladies more are married. Why, if our sport had gone forward, we'd have all been made men. Ooh.
Oh, sweet bully bottom, thus hath he lost 6pence a day during his life. He could not escape 6pence a day, and the Duke would not have given him 6pence a day for playing Pyramus, I'd be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6pence a day in Pyramus, or nothing.
Where are these lads?
Bottom, oh most courageous day, oh most happy hour.
Oh, masters, I am to discourse wonders.
Oh, right.
But ask me not what. For if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything. Go on. Right as it fell out.
Oh, let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Oh, not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part. For the short and the long is, our play is preferred! Oh, in any case, Bisbee, will you please make sure that you wear clean linen? And let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. All right? And most dear actors, eat no onions, nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words! Away! Go! Away!
Here, this way.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have, to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play? To ease the anguish of the torturing hour, call Philostrate.
Here, my Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
Well, there is a brief of many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. That I have told, my love, in glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage, that is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last to conqueror. The thrice 3 muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary, that is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief, that is hot ice with some wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord to this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not 1 word act, 1 player fitted, and tragical. Tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made my eyes water. But more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Well, hard-handed men from Athens here, which never laboured in their minds till now, and now have told their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptials.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world. Unless you find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go bring them in, and ladies, take your places.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall hear no such thing.
He says they can do nothing of this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect, take it in its might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed to welcome me with premeditated welcomes. When I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of their sentences, throttle their practised accent in their fears, and in conclusion, dumbly have broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence yet I picked a welcome, and in the modesty of fearful duty, I read as much from the rattling tongues of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity in least speak most to my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill. That you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill to show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to contest you. Our true delight is in for all your delight. We are not here that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all they are like to know.
This fellow does not stand upon points. He hath read his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not the stop. A good moral. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he has played in his prologue like a child in a recorder. A sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on, till truth makes all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man, with lime and rough cast, doth present wall. That vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man, with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine do these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninna's tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion, vile with bloody mouth, did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusted Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tarrying in the mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, war, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wondered if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may, where many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did often whisper very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone does show that I am that same wall, the truth is so. And this the cranny, bright and sinister, through which the lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence!
Oh, grim-looked night, oh, night, with hue so black, oh, night, which ever art when day is not, oh, night, alack, 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 I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot, and thou, oh, wall, oh, sweet, oh, lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine. Thou wall, oh, sweet, lovely wall, show me thy chin to blink through with mine eyne. Oh, thanks, courteous wall. Jove show thee well for this. But what see I? What see I? No, Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see, it will fall pat as I told you. Oh, yonder, she comes.
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have oft kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I'd see a voice. Now will I do the chink to spy it, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Oh, Thisbe!
My love thou art, my love I think.
Oh, think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Leander am I trusty still.
And I like Helen, till the fates me kill.
Not Shafalus to Procrus was so true.
Oh, as Shafalus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's cold, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb lead me straightway?
Tid life, tide life, tide death, I come without delay. Thy stones with lime knit up with thee.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
Now is the mural down between the two neighbours.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amends them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come in two noble beasts, a man and a lion.
You ladies, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse what creeps on the floor, may now, perchance, both quake and tremble here, as lion wrath in wildest rage does roar. And know that I, once snug the joiner, am a lion fell. No lion's dam. For if as lion I should come in strife into this place, and 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast of good conscience. Now, let us listen to the moon.
Very quiet.
thorn doth the horned moon present?
He should have worn the horns in his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How else is he the man in the moon?
I am aweary of this moon. Would he would change.
It appears, by his small light of discretion, that he is in the wane. But yet, in courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lanthorn is the moon. I, the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all of these should be in the lanthorn, for all of these are in the moon. But silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is Nini's tomb, but where is my love?
Well, Lord Lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well, Sean Moon. Truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And as the lion vanishes, and so the lion vanished.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe sight. Oh, but stay, oh, spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear. Thy mantle, good. What? Stained with blood? Oh, approach ye furies fell. Oh, fates, come, come. Cut thread and thrum. Quail, crush, conclude and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore nature didst thou lion's frame, since lion vile hath here devoured my dear, which is, oh no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound, out sword, and wound the path of Pyramus. The left path, where art doth oft, thus die I, thus, oh, no, am I dead? No, am I fled? My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. No, die, 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 die.
With the help of the surgeon, he may yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
Asleep, my love. What? Dead, my dove. Oh, Pyramus, arise. Speak, speak. Quite dumb. Dead, dead. A tomb must cover thine eyes, must cover thy lily lips, this cherry nose, those yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. Lovers make moan. his eyes were green as leeks. O sisters three, come, come to me, with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, tongue, not a word. Come, trusty blade. Come, my breast imbrue, and farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe dies. Adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall too.
No. I assure you, the wall is down, that part of their father's. Will it please you to see the epilogue, or to hear a masque dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray, for your play needs no excuse. Never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there needs none to be blamed. Marry, if that he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy, and so it is, truly and very notably discharged. But come, your Bergamask, let your epilogue alone. The midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn, as much as this night we have overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity, in nightly revels and in new jollity.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And this week and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend, if you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck, so to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the Puck a liar call. So good night until you all. Take my hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.